Hey folks, and welcome to another Ken's Home video. And we got Hoffy warming up on the flags because it's the Hardies Heroes Top 10 Shootout for October 1979. And here we have Colin Bond, who will start Sunday's race in 10th position with his XC Falcon in 2 minutes 30.018. Ninth on the grid is Dick Johnson in his XC Falcon at 2 minutes 27.655. And 8th on the grid we have Gary Cook in the LX Tirana A9X sedan at 2 minutes 27.043. And 7th on the grid for the Hardies Heroes 1000 on Sunday is Larry Perkins in the LX Tirana SS A9X hatchback. He's clocked at 2 minute 26.212. And 6th on the grid is Gary Rogers in the LX SS hatch, and he clocked at 2 minutes 25.918. And having an excellent run was Charlie O'Brien in the Roadways A9X SS hatchback. He ended up with an amazing 2 minutes 24.579. In official qualifying, Alan Moffat actually finished 22nd because he had engine trouble. The officials thought he was too good a competitor to leave out of the top 10, so they popped him in there, and he ended up coming 4th, which was way the best of the Falcons at 2 minutes 24.270. Well done, Alan Moffat. And coming in 3rd was Gricey with a 2 minutes 23.539. And on the front row of the grid for Sunday's race, coming in 2nd was Bobby Morris and Ron Hodson Racing SS A9X hatchback. He was now the reigning touring car champion for 1979. He ended up with figures of 2 minutes 22.466. And sitting on pole position for the 1979 James Hardy 1000 is Peter Brock and the Marlboro Holland dealer team SS hatchback. He had a 2 minutes 20.500, which was nearly 2 seconds ahead of Bobby Morris and 10 seconds ahead of Colin Bond in 10th place. G'day folks, and welcome to another Ken's Home video. Today is my Super 8 film of Bathurst 1979. And in 1979 we came up in my XY Ford panel van and we towed the 2-berth caravan. Over the years we used to stay in tents on the back of our panel vans and that, but now that it's a 5-day event, thought we'd come up with a bit of comfort. In the late 70s the race car transporters were starting to get really big. And this is the way it was for the 1979 James Hardy 1000. And if you have a look at the Bob Morris A9X hatchback, it's got number 1 on the door, which he only used on Wednesday because he was the 1979 touring car champion, which entitled him to number 1, but he's sponsored by Channel 7, so he went back to Channel 7 for the remainder of the weekend. There was a world first in 1979 Hardies Heroes 1000. That's the Peter Williamson car. It was the first car to ever have an in-car camera designed by Australians. And another first was the introduction of the Z28 Camaros. This one's Ron Dixon, the AWA one, and the other one was Kevin Bartlett, Channel 9 sponsored. And this car's the Larry Perkins Peter Jansen Tirana hatchback. There's a couple of Tiranas of Gary Cook and Garth Wixton. And there's the Steve Marston and Phil Lucas Capri and Bondi's XC Falcon. And there's the Holden dealer team cars for 1979 with Richards and Brock, and Harvey and Harrop in the other one. And there's Alan Moffat's XC Falcon. Number 33 Tirana, sponsored by Tony Packard, driven by Bob Skelton and Don Holland. And here we are with the telly in the back of the van. This is the Wednesday. Because it's a 5-day event, they like to move you around on flag points so you don't get too bored in that. So the first day we're here at the top of Reed Park. And here we are at our flag point as the Garth Wixton, Charlie O'Brien, Tirana rockets past. And here comes Alan Moffat and his XC Falcon. And Bobby Morris with number 1 on the side of the car. And Graham Bailey in the little Celica. And here comes the Taylor and Kennedy A9X hatchback. And Murray Carter in the XC Falcon. Also Gary Wilmington in the XC Falcon. Steve Masterton in the Capri. And this is the sights and the sounds of the Reed Park and McPhillamy Park spectator area. And here's Kevin Bartlett in the Channel 9 Camaro. And on the Thursday and Friday, we're here at the S's, which was a great view looking down on the cars. And here's one of the little Escorts. It's in the under 1600cc category. And here's the Colin Bond John French XC Falcon charging over the top of the hill. And here's a little Alfetta driven by Phil McDonald and Derek Bell from the UK. And Bob Morris has gone back to his old Channel 7 number with Dita Questa. And coming over the top of the mountain is the Capri Sweps Tirana hatchback driven by Captain Peter Jansen and Larry Perkins. And the Ricard Tirana driven by Brian Sampson and Alan Brown. And here comes Bobby Morris for another run over the top of the mountain. And the Charlie O'Brien Garth Wixton Tirana, followed by the Peter Williamson Celica, which you can see the framework for the camera in the car. Here comes the Gary Rogers and Bob Stevens A9X Tirana. And here's our fantastic view from the top of the S's looking down over the Conrod Strait, which was a straight road in those days. In the back of the pits there, and the dome tent is the Holden Dealer Team tent. And one of the mobile exhibitions we have here, it's the Aussie Jet Truck. And on the Saturday they sent it up pit straight and it blew everyone off the wall. So on Sunday it just went around truck powered, the jet truck. This is our flag point for Saturday and the Sunday race. It's just off Forest Elbow and across from the Bathurst Light Car Club. This is the first lap of the 1979 James Hardy 1000, and Brocky's leading by a country mile on the first lap, which is the shape of things to come. It was amazing to see the Camaros of Ron Dixon and Kevin Bartlett so far behind on the first lap. It looks like we've lost one of the RX3s into the wall at Forest Elbow. The cars in the 1979 James Hardy 1000 fall into four categories, and they are on their cubic capacity: 3000 cc's to 6000 cc's, 2000 to 3000 cc's, 1600 to 2000, and under 1600, the categories that run. There's a great variety of cars also. In the 3000 to 6000 cc, there's Holden Tiranas, the Falcons and the Camaros. The under 3 litre is what Emerald Park was about, and there's Mazda RX3s, RX7, Capris, BMW, Volvos, and the 1600 to 2 litres, mainly Escorts, Alfettas, Celicas, the Dolomite Sprint, and little BMW. And the under 1600s, mainly one Escort, a whole heap of Geminis, a couple of VW Golfs. Here comes the eventual winner of the race, Peter Brock, He won by an amazing 6 laps, and on the last lap he broke the record. Unbelievable. Tiranas were 1 to 8, and coming in 9th was Peter Williamson, and 10th was Brian Foley in an Alpha.